So You Want a Hot Girl Summer, Part 2. So You Want a Hot Girl Summer, Part 2. What's up, everybody? My name is Kier, and you are watching The Important Things That Really Matter. Today, we're talking about So You Want a Hot Girl Summer, Part 2. Now, I don't know if any of you all know about what took place last year in Houston, Texas. Well, let me tell you what took place last year in Houston, Texas. There was a particular festival. This particular festival, which I'm not going to mention its name, was supposed to be some festival that's kind of like the festival that was in Atlanta. And what festival was this that was in Atlanta? The Freaknik Festival. Well, in the Freaknik Festival in Atlanta, there was a whole lot of craziness that was going on there at this particular festival. Well, anyway, this festival was something like that particular festival. So anyway, I'm not going to particularly say what the name of this festival was that took place last year in Houston, Texas, but I will tell you about some of the videos that I took a look at. I seen about 3 different videos. The videos were crazy, absolutely crazy. Are you hearing what I'm saying? The videos were absolutely crazy. There was a particular woman that was laying down, and I want to make sure that you have a really, really clear picture of what was going on before I go into it. This was in broad daylight. Sun, very, very bright. It looked like it was about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. No cloud in the sky. It had to be 200 or 300 people in this particular area. And so this was not at nighttime. This was in the middle of the afternoon. Looked like somewhere about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, anyway, once again, it looked like it was about 300 or 400 people. That was real closely packed together outside. And so one guy was videotaping everything. He just panned around with his camera, showing all the people that were there. And then he happened to be on some type of structure or something. And he took his camera and he bent the camera down. And when he bent the camera down, you seen this woman. She was laying on her back in a bathing suit with her legs wide open. Woman was laying on her back in a bathing suit with her legs wide open. Remember, 300-400 people, middle of the afternoon, bright sunny day, looks like about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Woman laying down on a bathing suit, in her bathing suit, laying down like on some concrete somewhere, and may have been on a blanket or something. But anyway, the woman had her legs wide open. And there was another woman that was there. On top of the woman, I'm not going to say exactly what she was doing, but I will say this. It looked like she was having dinner, if you know what I mean. It looks like she was having dinner, if you know what I mean, in front of 300 or 400 people. And where she was at with this woman, it was a crowd of people all around her watching what this woman was doing. So this was one of the videos that I seen. And it was, of course, they had it blurred out. This is just one video, all right? The second video that was at this particular festival in Houston, Texas. Second video I saw, there was this guy. He took this woman and put this woman up on his shoulders, okay? Normally, when a guy is putting a woman on his shoulders, he got her on top of her shoulders. One leg is coming out this way, another leg is coming out this way, and her legs are hanging in front of his chest, okay? The woman had a bathing suit on. Well, what this guy did, instead of putting her on pretty much on his back, he spun her around this way, where the bottom of her bathing suit was right in front of his face. And instead of her legs hanging down in front of his chest, her legs were hanging down on his back this way. So I'm looking at the video, and so the woman's in this bathing suit, and the woman has all of these tattoos on her. So you know what that means. She looked like she was a stripper. So I don't have nothing against strippers, but she looked like she was a stripper. And like I said, he spun her around this way where her legs were hanging on his back, all right? And the lower part of her bikini was right in his face. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, no, I hope this guy does not do that. I hope he does not do what I think he's about to do in front of all these people. Now, mind you, there were people literally 1 or 2 feet away from him. I mean, literally 1 or 2 feet away from him, because there was somebody in back of this guy videotaping everything that the guy was doing. So anyway, you looked at the woman, she's got all these tattoos on, you're like, okay, yeah, she's a stripper. And I'm thinking to myself, I hope this guy don't do what I think he's about to go do to the stripper right here. Well, he goes and does what I think he was gonna do. He turns his head around right where the bottom of her bathing suit is, moves it out the way, and basically in a nutshell, I'll let you use your imagination as to what the guy was doing. I'm not gonna say exactly what he was doing. I'm gonna let you use your imagination. But some people might say that he was having dinner. Or some people might say he was having lunch, okay? Or lunch and dinner at the same time. But anyway, he was having lunch and dinner. So I'll let you use your imagination as to what he was doing. Now, once again, the subject is, so you want a hot girl summer. I just talked about a woman that was having a hot girl summer with another woman at this event. And I'm talking about a guy that's having a hot girl summer with this woman he met that he's got on his shoulders. Well, guess what happened, ladies and men that may be watching this? Guess what happened after the festival was over? Well, the current rate of a transmitted disease by the name of syphilis normally is at this level in Houston, Texas. Well, after the festival had taken place, the level of the transmitted disease syphilis was over 100% the level that it normally is in the area. Did you hear what I just said? The transmitted disease by the name of syphilis, after this particular event that I just described to you was over, after this festival was over, the transmitted disease syphilis was 100% over the amount of syphilis cases that come into the health department. It was over 100%. I think it may have been about 200%, but I'm for sure know that it was at least over 100%. May have been 200%, but at least over 100%. Now, those of you that want to have a hot girl summer, this is what you got to look forward to. Because if you look at the numbers across the United States, the rates of transmitted diseases have darn near skyrocketed all over the United States. Let me say that again. A permanent transmitted disease is a disease where there is no cure for it. And oh, by the way, you may get these diseases even if the guy has a rubber on. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You could possibly get these diseases even when a guy has a rubber on. You can for sure get herpes, and if the rubber breaks, okay? Or some of the person's semen comes out of the rubber while two individuals are engaging with each other, intimately wise, a person could still get HIV, which could turn into AIDS, okay? Now, would you please like, would you please share, would you please subscribe, would you please share this with as many people as possible? Because number one, there are people who don't know that there are some transmitted diseases that can still transfer even when the man has a rubber on. I talked with a woman probably about 4 years ago. This woman had to been in her 40s. She didn't even know that. I'm like, you don't know that? And you're like 40 what? Anyway, please like, please share, please subscribe, please leave a comment below, and peace.